The eCom Seller Summit was created to prove that with the right tools and training, anyone and everyone can make money in e-commerce. So many people want to try their hand at e-commerce, selling on eBay, Amazon, Shopify, and more, but they're afraid they won't be successful. This summit will show you that there's many ways to do e-commerce, and there are many platforms you can explore because e-commerce really has no limits. It really can pay your bills, and e-commerce never sleeps. There's nothing like waking up to profits from getting sales all night long. My name is Nicole Whitlock, and this is the eCom Seller Summit.
Hello, this is Nicole Whitlock with the eCom Seller Summit, and today's key feature speaker is Aneka Grandison. Now, Aneka is known as the Shopify Queen, and she has an awesome masterclass session for you today. You can also catch her on Clubhouse, where she shares lots of golden nuggets about how to be a success, how to have a or create a successful Shopify store. So, Aneka, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you so much, Nicole. I'm super excited. Welcome to the e-commerce summit. Thank you. You guys are in for a treat today. I'm super excited. My name is Aneka, aka the Shopify Queen. I'm here to talk to you about Shopify, the beast, the e-commerce engine that we all should be on if we're in e-commerce. Yes. So next thing I'm going to talk about is a little bit about me. Right? My name is Aneka. I call myself the Shopify Queen. Why do I call myself the Shopify Queen? Because I'm on Shopify. Yes, I have an e-commerce store. I'm Shopify expert. My store hit six figures in under a year. Okay, we actually hit six figures in e-commerce, and then we sell wellness products in 8 months in the middle of the pandemic. Can you imagine doing that in e-commerce? If I could do it, you could do it. It's possible. And I have coached over 100 entrepreneurs with their Shopify store and helped them make money. I've had my store open now for 3 years. 3 years business owner on Shopify e-commerce, and I'm super excited today to get into Shopify. Now, one of the things I want to talk about is some facts about Shopify. A lot of people, they're on the platform, but they don't really sit down and do some research and look into Shopify. Why Shopify is so amazing. Some of the key things that I want to touch on today. Shopify has over 3,200 apps and counting. They're always developing new apps. And these apps are going to help you run your store. Okay, they are available in over 175 countries. Okay, Shopify is one of the top three most popular e-commerce solution. Top three. Can you imagine being top three in all of the other e-commerce platforms? That's a major, major deal. Shopify now has over 1 million users. 1 million user. Are you one of those million users? I know I am, and I hope you are too. If you're not on Shopify yet, just get on the platform. Shopify is also home to some of the famous brands. Okay, Pepsi. Did you know that Pepsi has a Shopify store? Yes, Tesla Motors, Red Bull, okay, Kylie Cosmetic, just to name a few. Budweiser, WaterAid, Gymshark has their brand, their large brand on Shopify, the platform. And then you got to ask yourself, why am I not on the platform too? If these large corporations are running successful business on Shopify platform, why am I not there? I should be next. So those are some of the things that I want to make sure I share with you guys. These corporations are on that platform. Okay. Another thing that I really want to touch on when it comes to Shopify, they actually have an operation where they partnered up with Hope. They joined forces with a company called Hope, joined forces to help create 1 million black owned businesses by 2030.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
Shopify is out here giving back, not just taking, but they're giving back to our community. And I think that's really to highlight that point. A lot of people do not know this. So take a look. You could actually do your own research and look up Shopify and Hope partnership. Okay. They're always continuously giving out money to our community, but you have to be ready for the opportunity. Um,
I
Nicole,
did
you
not know that. Yeah, I was just going to say, I did not know, first of all. I knew about Hope. I didn't know about Tesla and Budweiser having Shopify stores. So I'm very interested in going to go see what their stores look like. That's totally awesome. I didn't know that. But yeah, Hope and their mission. I actually run our Shopify store as well. So uh, I think we are registered as a Black owned business as well. So this is good information to know. There's a lot of companies that actually have Shopify stores, but Budweiser kind of caught me off guard.
Yes, absolutely. And then you have to wonder too, if these corporations are on this platform and running a successful business large as they are, we could be there too. The difference between these large corporations and our companies that they just have a different plan on Shopify. Shopify has different plan. Their basic plan is $29, but they have other plans that larger corporations are on to support those corporations what they're doing. So we all could be on the same platform. So those are some fun facts I wanted to share with you about Shopify. The next thing that I wanted to discuss is what can you sell on Shopify? That's a question I hear all the time. What can you sell on Shopify? It's Shopify is more than just products. It's more than just physical products. Look at all these different things. You could do NFT on Shopify now, and that industry is booming. So if you're into NFTs, definitely do some research and see how you could start selling your NFT on Shopify. You could do courses on Shopify. They have tons of plugins that's going to allow you to put your course on their platform. You could do rentals on Shopify. You could do workshops. You could do consultations. You could even take donations, like with your nonprofit business. You could do live streams on Shopify. You could even sell tickets. Yes, tickets for your events on Shopify. You could even sell digital gift cards on Shopify. If you have a store, you could offer gift cards, okay? You could do digital products like your ebooks on Shopify. You could do physical products on Shopify. You could do experiences. When I say experience, I'm talking about a travel business. Yes, you could do travel business on Shopify. And the last but not least, you could do memberships. Yes, you could offer memberships on Shopify. Those are all different products, all different streams of income that you could have on one platform for your business. Okay. So when I tell you Shopify is a beast, Shopify is a beast. You can sell more than physical products on that platform. So I wanted to share that with you guys because a lot of people always think Shopify is just for physical products, but we are more than products. Okay. The next thing that I want to also touch on is before you open up a Shopify store, what are things that you should look for? What are things that you should have? Before you ask a designer to design your website, what are things that you should have so you're prepared? Number one thing is your branding kit. What is included in your branding kit? You want to have your logo done, right? You want to know your X, your color code. So when you're building your website out, you have the colors ready to go, the numbers, so everything will flow seamlessly. You want to have your brand message. You want to have all that information in your branding kit. I know Shopify offers you a 14-day trial, right? If you do not have all this information together, you probably not build your website within the 14 days. So this is why I want to prepare you. These are mistakes that people make when they open up a Shopify store is not having their information together. So you want to have your branding kit. The next thing you want to do is have your product pictures. Have pictures that you want to put on your store, nice, professional, clean pictures. If you do not have all your pictures together, Shopify do have some built-in pictures that you can use and templates that you could use, but you want to have as much of your own pictures as possible. Okay. Now, another thing you want to make sure you have ready is your product description. Product description is so important because it's going to help sell your product. And I will touch on product description a little bit more down throughout this presentation and tell you why it's so important to have your product description ready. Another thing you want to make sure you have together your company information. What are your policies? What's going to be returned? The exchange. You want to have all your policies in place. I have an idea of about your policy. So when you're ready to open up your store, all you have to do is turn all you have to do is literally write in your policy information for your company. What about your about us page? What do you want your company to be known for? All of this information is very critical to your success and your company's success. You also want to secure your digital real estate. What do I mean by secure digital real estate? You want to make sure you have your domain ready. One of the recommendations I always make is yes, you could buy your domain on Shopify, but I personally I think you should buy your domain outside of Shopify first. So all you have to do is plug in. Okay. Purchase your domain so you have it for your store. You also want to secure your real estate on your Facebook, your Instagram, the business pages, any social media platform you're planning on building on. You want to make sure that the company name that you want on Shopify is available so people will find you easier. You're going to thank me later for that gem right there. Secure all your digital real estate on all platforms and have your domain ready before you go ahead and open up your Shopify store. The worst thing could happen is you build a store and then you did not secure your real estate on all these other platforms, and now the name does not match. So you want to make sure you work on that first.
Oh my gosh, I totally agree 100% with what you just said. And I want to encourage you, before you build your Shopify store, come back and listen to this again or make a note, because knowing how your store is going to be laid out, knowing what the colors are, knowing the design, all of that is going to be helpful. And I think this is a great list, having all of that ready before you even get started. And one of the other things that I kind of do sometimes is I go out there and look at similar Shopify stores. If I'm going to sell pet supplies, I go and look at maybe 4 or 5 Shopify stores that sell pet supplies, so that I make sure that I'm not doing something that's drastically different and way off in left field than what is considered traditional or common to some extent. I don't want to be exactly like everybody else, but I might be inspired by, what does their menu look like? What do their menu options look like? What does their footer look like? What is the navigation that they chose? Some of those things as well. Just making that note will also help you before you get started, so you can make some decisions as you start to build your store. So I agree 100%. Hit rewind or make a note and listen to this section again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. That definitely great advice to look at other Shopify store and get some inspiration before you start building out your store. That was a great tip right there. Thank you so much for that. The next thing I want to touch on is some of the apps that you could put on your store. Some basic app that every store, in my opinion, could have on their Shopify store. Now, you may not have to use the same exact title apps that I'm giving you guys. You could go ahead and just, once you go into Shopify, you're going to be able to just click on apps, click on customize, and you're going to type in what you're looking for. For example, if you want an app to help you have live chat features on your Shopify store, just type on live chat apps and a tremendous amount of apps will pop up. You can just pick the one that you feel is best for you and your store. Make sure you also check the price point, if it's free or not free. Look at your budget and see what it is that you could afford. But these are some of the apps that I've used to build a successful Shopify store, and I want to be able to share those apps with you. I'm cutting down your research process, okay? I'm helping you guys out. So the first app is the Shopify Inbox. Shopify has their own free chat box app that you can install on your cell phone and attach it to your Shopify store. So when visitors come to your website, if they have a question, they're able to reach out to you right away. So it's very important you have a Shopify inbox on your website or just a Shopify chat box. Okay, that's the number one mistake most entrepreneurs make when they open up their store. They don't think about putting a chat box. So it's very important to put that chat box on your website. Another thing you need to have is your ultimate trusted badges. Okay, that's going to let the customer know that your website is trusted. They could shop. It's not a scamming website. So you want to make sure you have that. That's actually the name of the app too that I use is called Ultimate Trust Badges. Okay, and guess what? It's free. Free, free, free. So if you can find some great quality apps that you could add to your store, that's free. You definitely want to go ahead and plug those in. Now, if you're having issues and you want to make sure your pictures are the same size, your background is clean on your pictures, and you want an app to help you fix those pictures, you could definitely use this app right here. It's called Pix, Pix, Pix. Definitely download the app. Make sure all your pictures are cohesive, clean, and it's the same size because you want your website to be an easy navigation for your clients. Now, if you're going to be adding digital products to your website, a thing you want to think about an app is called digital download. Okay, in order for you to have digital products like ebooks onto your website, you're gonna need this app. It's called digital download. Okay, that's a free app that you can add to your website. Now, This app that I'm going to discuss right now is called Lucky Orange. This is going to be a great app, a part of your business. Okay. What does Lucky Orange do? It helps you actually see the clients that come on your website and see where they fall off. You could actually see if they went through the checkout process. If they didn't make it through the checkout process and they fell off your website, what happened? Okay. It's really important to attach this app. It's called Lucky Orange. Attach it to your website so you're able to go back and look as a brand new business. You can see what's going on your website. There's things that may be happening in the background that you don't know, but you could tell from your client experience and you could make an adjustment. I'll give you a scenario that happened to me when I first opened my store. I had my checkout page set up where the individual had to put in their apartment number, right? Not everyone live in an apartment. Some people got a house, right? So they weren't able to check out because they didn't have an apartment. That cost me tons and tons of money. Okay, so this app allowed me to see my error. Okay, I had to go into Shopify and had to fix that checkout page and put that as optional. So if you have a house, you can put your address there. If you have an apartment, you can put your apartment numbers. When I tell you this app, Lucky Orange, saved me thousands of dollars, I want to make sure that you guys avoid some of the pitfalls that I had in my business. If you're selling clothing or t-shirts, right, you want to make sure you have a good size chart app on your website. Best Fit Size Chart is a really great, clean, professional app that you could attach to your site, and it's very low cost. I think it's less than $9 for this app, or if you only use two version of it, it's free. Okay, so Best Fit Size Chart. If you're in the clothing business, please have a size chart on your website because it's going to help the customer make a decision and check out. Another app that you want to add to your Shopify store is called Shop, and it's owned by Shopify actually. And what this app does is allow the customers to track their order. Okay, and they could actually shop on this app as a return customer. The two key things to this app is adding it to your store, but not only adding it to your store, you want to add it to your cell phone. When you add it to your cell phone, you want to go ahead and upload your Shopify store too. So individuals could go back and shop on that app called Shop from their phone. So it's like you basically have your own store in an app that Shopify pays for that you don't pay for. Again, you want to add that app. It's called Shop, SHOP. Add it to your website, but also add it to your cell phone, and you want to make sure your store is connected. So anyone who wants to shop within that app will be able to pull up your store and make purchases. Okay, so that's a really good resource that Shopify provides for free. The second thing you want to add to your Shopify store is product review. Product review, product review. I cannot tell you how many websites I've viewed that do not have this app. The reason why you want to add a product review app, and this is actually made by Shopify too, so this app is free. That's the exact name, product review. Just to iterate on that. When you purchase a product, 9 times out of 10, before you purchase a product, you're going to look at the reviews. You're going to look at what other customers said about that particular product before you make a purchase. So you want to have that feature on your website. So when someone make a purchase, they be able to go back and leave a review. You could also use that review as content to make other purchases, right? So you want to make sure you have product review on your website. It's very, very important. You could really use that content to sell and close deals on your other client. Okay. Another app that you want to add to your Shopify store is called Accountifit. Accountifit. This is basically a free accounting app. It's going to allow you to track your sales and see where your profit and loss is coming in. And when you're a brand new business, that's something you want to pay attention to. You want to make sure you're actually making money and not losing money. So you want to take a look at that app. It's called Accountifit. Another app that you want to add to your store is called Retail Barcode Label. Retail Barcode Label. What this is going to do is actually give all your products SKU numbers or barcodes. So you don't have to sit there and generate barcodes individually for your product. The system is going to manually do it for you. And this piece is really important. So if you're planning on getting other retails like Walmart online or Amazon online, you're going to need to have barcodes or SKU codes on your product. So this is a really cost-effective way to doing it instead of going out and buying individual codes for your website. You could use this app on Shopify, retail barcode label. Now, the last app that I'm going to make a suggestion that you should put on your Shopify store as a basic starter is going to be FOMO. That's exactly the name, FOMO. And that app is a social proof app. What that app is going to do is let individuals that come on your website know that someone else had made a purchase. Someone else had came on your website and made a purchase, okay? And it's going to slide at the bottom of the screen and show them that someone in Mississippi, for example, just made a purchase. Someone in Georgia just made a purchase. So they can see that your website is actually active and people actually purchasing. They're not going to be the first person to purchase. So they're going to be more inclined to buy. So you definitely take a look at that app, FOMO, FOMO, which is a social proof app to your store.
Okay, I love this list, first of all. Second of all, there's a couple on here that I did not realize. Like, I'm probably using a completely different app for it, but I love this list. This is a list of gold because all of these things, depending on what you're selling, like all of these things can help you with making your store more attractive or more user friendly, or help you to get more traction or traffic to your store, or keep your customers engaged. Like, all of these have their benefits. So I love this list. Thank you for sharing.
Absolutely, Nicole. When I tell you I'm going to come with the gems, the heat, everything, I told you I was coming. I was coming because I want to make sure people have a successful Shopify store. It's a great platform. I just think it's misunderstood and there's not enough education around it. So I'm really thank you for putting this program together and having me come on to share my knowledge.
Yes, this is gold, guys.
The next thing I want to touch on is how to scale your Shopify store, how to get that money, that moolah that everybody wants, right? I'm going to give you guys some really good tips, things that I be teaching my student on their Shopify store. I'm going to give you guys a glimpse of it, okay? The first thing I want to touch on is the multi-sales channel feature that Shopify have. You could have one website, but you could be in so many different places at the same time. If you want to sell on Etsy, you definitely could sell on Etsy. Have your products bridged over into Etsy. You want to sell on Amazon, you could sell your same products on Amazon at the same time as Shopify. You want to sell on Walmart, same thing. You want to do eBay, you could do wholesaling with Fair, which is owned by Shopify. You could do Google, have your products put on Google. You could do TikTok. TikTok is the newest feature to Shopify, guys. I was super excited about this when they launched. You could actually have your store, Shopify store, plugged into TikTok. You can have your products literally on TikTok. So you can have your videos on TikTok, incorporate your store, tag your product, tag that picture, and have a link. So when they're on TikTok and they're watching your video and they see your product, they can just click on that link and shop. Okay, isn't that amazing? Shopify is always innovative. They're always growing. You can even do the same thing with Instagram and Facebook, and of course, you can do on Pinterest. Now, if you're brand new in business and you're just starting, I would add these channels on as caution. Okay, please read all the fine prints to make sure that you're ready for these features. They all come with different responsibilities. Amazon does not work the same with Shopify. Amazon does not work the same as Walmart or eBay or Etsy. They all have different guidelines that you have to follow. Now, if I could tell you, if you're brand new, which one should you start with? You probably might wonder, which one should I start with? Start with the free ones. Okay, the free ones are TikTok. You can start with Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, eBay is free until you get a sale. They may take a percentage. You can start with that. And then the last three or last four that I will go with, depending on my growth of my business, is Etsy, Amazon, Walmart, and Google. Okay. Google, you can list your products on Google. They do have another upsell feature that Shopify just launched where you're able to have people check out on Google. They could literally check out, list your Shopify products on Google, and you can have another upsell feature that allows the customer to check out on Google. Now, that's something I'll probably add later on down the line as a more advanced business owner, more advanced user. But definitely take a look at all these channels. It's going to help you get more traction to your website.
Absolutely. Of all of those, I think all of them are good ones to add. TikTok, Pinterest is always, I call it the unsung hero. Um, but because a lot of people don't realize, like, Pinterest is a great one to actually get for people to find your products, because there is a huge following base on Pinterest as well. So Google Shopping is a great one. And of course, um, Etsy, is, depending on what you're selling. So yeah, go and check the platforms just to see what their guidelines are, so you don't get caught up and potentially do something you shouldn't be or not allowed based on their terms of service. This is a great list, though.
Yes, thank you so much for that. Multi-sales channel can help you scale your Shopify business. So definitely look at that. The next thing I want to touch on, after you have your store open up, you figure out what sales channels you want. You need to make sure you have your email list, your SMS flows set up. It's so important. So important to be able to get in contact with your clients and keep them in the loop. So the first email system you want to make sure you have set up, you can have your newsletter set up where you're able to interact with your clients. You let them know what's going on. You're keeping them in the loop. Now, the strategies too, when you're sending out this email, you want to make sure you still have some product links in there. You have some way to get them back to your website. Okay, so that's a gem right there within itself. The second email for you want to set up is your abandoned cart. This is so important. Shopify do have a built-in abandoned cart feature, but I want you guys to take it a step further. Have another email sequence with at least three abandoned carts, especially when it's email. Just think about this for a second. How often do you get email? How long does it take you to open an email? You may not open it the first try, not maybe not the second, but maybe the third time is a charm. So you have to think about it from that aspect too. So you want to make sure you have your flows set up. With a welcome email, someone pop up on your website. You give them a sign up. Hey, give us your email. Let me start collecting your email and your phone number. So then you want to send them a thank you email a few hours or a few days later after they give you the email. So you want to make sure you set up your welcome email. What about your order confirmation? Someone just made a purchase. Congratulations. I'm excited. Thank you so much for purchasing our product and believing our brand. You want to send them an email with that thank you information in there. You want to even set out email for birthday. Thinking of you. People want to feel like you remember them. People want to feel like I'm just not another number. I'm just not another dollar sign, right? So this is why it's really important to have these birthdays or thinking of you emails going out, flows set up. You also want to do a browse abandonment flow. This is another gem within itself. If someone comes on your website, they browse at a particular page and then they leave your website, you want to retarget that client. So you could definitely set that up within Shopify. You want to set up your browse abandonment flow. Now, the last email that I would suggest, the last flow, is your customer feedback. Feedbacks are good. Take the feedbacks as fuel. Use the feedback to evaluate and actually increase your business. Feedback is so important because it's going to tell you how your business is doing and how you can actually adapt and change. You can use those feedbacks to your benefit. Okay, so make sure you have your email, your SMS, or your flows set up so you can be able to maximize your Shopify experience. Maximize your experience.
I was going to ask you a quick question. So regarding newsletters, I know sometimes people are like, "Oh, I don't want to jump on your newsletter at all." Do you recommend that in that to get people on the newsletter, like maybe giving them a promotional discount? Get 10% off to get that email address, and then once they get the email address, then that automatically adds them to your newsletter.
Absolutely. That is a strategy that you can use within itself. Even doing a 10%, even if they buy one product, getting a discount later on. It really depends on how you want to grow your email list. But that's definitely a strategy that I use is giving a 10%, especially for new clients, new customers that are shopping, and it really do adds up. But I really want to make sure you guys still focus too on the text message.
Yeah.
Shopify has a feature at the end of checkout. If you click on, it would automatically start collecting phone numbers and emails. Okay, the customer could just reread it and uncheck it, but they have the feature there, which is a gem. That's a hidden secret within Shopify on your checkout page, but you have to go on your settings and set it up. So that could also help you.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. All right. This is gold, guys.
Thank you for asking those great questions. Now, another thing I wanted you guys to focus on is how to increase your average order value. How do you increase your average order value? How do you take a client from $20 to checking out to $15, $50, especially if you want to get from 5,000 a month to 10,000 a month or get to six figures? You're gonna have to figure, okay, how can I increase my average order value? So these are just some tips that I want to share with you guys. Of course, you need to bundle your products together. And when I say bundle products together, just make sure that the bundle actually makes sense. Okay. For example, some of our products is a skincare product. So we have our sea moss soap, body butter, sugar scrub. That's a bundle right there, a complete bundle. So you want to make sure that your bundles make sense. Okay. In cart upsell. You see this a lot. Corporation does it. Somebody's checking out. They have an item in their cart. You want to have another offer right inside that cart that says, "Hey, we see you purchasing our ebook. By the way, go ahead and get XYZ." That's what's called an in-cart upsell. That's going to increase your order. So if their order was originally $20, they may want to say, you know what, I could go ahead and spend an extra $10, right? So now you just took it from 20 to $30. So you definitely want to do that. Now, my new favorite that I'm doing is post-purchase upsell. Post-purchase upsell. Okay, this is a gem within itself. The client already checked out, already purchased. Guess what I'm going to do on the thank you page? Thank you so much for ordering and believing our company. We have another special offer for you. Before you go, here's another offer: $10, $20, this particular product, depending on what it is. 9 times out of 10, some people take the offer, some people don't. But it doesn't hurt to ask. So do a post-purchase upsell. So now literally take that client from a 20 that in the cart they added another 10. Now on the checkout page, the thank you page, because they already checked out, I just offered them another product for another $10. Okay, you see how that works? It's just a sequence, it's a flow. If you also want to increase your average order value, you could also set up reward system. Rewards your clients for coming and shopping. This will also help with your retention rate. Have a point system. Every time they shop, they get $1 or $2. You could definitely set up your point system the way it feels good for your business and your structure, so the clients will want to come back and purchase. They could actually use the rewards for something on your website. You also want to take a look and set up affiliate program. Turn your customers, they already love you, they already support you, turn them into affiliates. They could literally start giving their family or friends your website link. They're going to get a purchase and they get a percentage. Okay, whether it's 5%, 10%, they're already using your product. They could be your best advocate. And then that's what's going to do: increase your average order. It's going to increase your value. That could literally help you get to six figures by putting some of these steps into place. Another thing you want to take a look at is subscription. Shopify make it so easy to add subscription to your product. So they can continue to order either weekly or monthly. And this could be a really good residual income. So you can see, you know what, between my subscription, I have about 5 clients doing subscription. They value $2,000. So you know off the bat that at the end of the month, every month you got $2,000 coming in. Okay, so you want to figure out how to implement subscription into your business. Turn your products into subscription. It definitely works. Another thing you want to think about to increase your average order value, increase your revenue in your business, is free shipping. Now, the way that you do free shipping has to be strategic. It cannot just be $49.99. Every business have a different free shipping method, and I'll just give you guys a quick scenario. If your average client that come on your website order $49, don't do free shipping for 49. They're already gonna spend $49. You gotta take it a step further. You gotta make them work a little bit harder. So what you could do is say, since the average order is $49, I'm gonna do free shipping for $80. People are gonna push to spend that $80 because they just want the free shipping. But if you have it at $49, they're already spending $49. You're just giving the money away, right? So you want to figure out what is your average order per client, whether it's $50, $20, and you just want to bump that up a few more dollars, even an extra $10 or $20. Okay, so if your average client orders $30, you want to say free shipping would be $49. Okay, so you have to make it make sense for you.
Okay, so I know you're not done with this page, but I have to say that that is absolute gold right there.
Yeah.
Definitely pay attention to what your customers are spending and then figure out what you want to offer. When you first start, you may not know that, but over time, you're going to have that data. So remember that.
Absolutely. And Shopify makes the data so easy because they have a point in your system that says analytics. And when you click on your analytics on Shopify, it's going to tell you what your average order value is. So you don't even have to do the brain work to figure it out. So month one, you're in business, you may not know. But by the end of the first month, just go back in, read your analytics, look over your business, and then you can make adjustment. And that's a great strategy to do offering free shipping. Just not offer free shipping just because, but you want to have a strategy behind it. Now, the last thing I want to touch on is a product description. Product description is so key because it's easy to sell in brick and mortar face to face. The client could pick up the product, they could touch it, they could feel it, they could try it on, right? Now, you have to provide experience on your website through your product description too. You got to answer the questions. You got to overcome all the objection because when customers confused, they're not going to buy. If they have an answered question, they're not going to buy. And I give you a really good example of errors that I see on website. When I go read the product description, it doesn't have the material. It doesn't have, does it washable? Should I put it in a dryer? I need to know these things. Is it cotton? Is it silk? I may be allergic. What about the ingredients? Because a lot of people sell products and skincare, right? We need to know what's in those products. Why if somebody's allergic? I need to know maybe I can't have milk, right? So you want to put these different information down inside of your product description. So the client, they don't have to reach out. They already know the product. They already have all the product description. All the question they possible would have, right, is already answered, and they're going to check out. If that's not in your product description and your product description is not detailed enough, you're going to lose a client. You're going to lose a client because a confused client would not buy. Or if a customer has questions, they will not buy. They're just going to log off and just go somewhere else. So you want to make sure you put all the details you can inside of your product description so you're able to close the client the first time around. Now, some of the things you can do, because again, you may be brand new, you're not sure what question to ask. Look at some of your competitors' website who are very successful. Look at their product description. Now, I'm not saying to copy it word for word, but I'm saying to get an idea and make it your own. Make it your own. Even do a survey. Ask your client, what are they looking for? What are they looking for in these products or these product description? And you could go back and you can edit it. Or you could set up a FAQ, a frequently asked question on your website. So you could have that information and put it inside your product description.
Absolutely. I love that. And another tip, like if you're new, in addition to getting inspiration and information from your potential competitors, is you could also go to like Amazon and Walmart if you are selling a similar product and just look at the description that they put. Not that we are copying those descriptions, but there could be a golden piece that's in there, or maybe in their customer reviews that they see for this similar product or the same product or related product. What are the things when the rating is like a rating of one or a rating of two or rating of three that the customers are commenting about? Is it, was it something about the size? So then that way you can make sure that you emphasize information about the size when you build the customer description or the product description. Was it something about, like how long this thing lasts or anything like that? Or also make note of any questions you get directly from the customers so that way you can go back and enhance your product description later on. If you're new, you're just starting and you don't know what to put. Those are other ways in which you can build a better product description for your listings.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Now, one of the things that a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with is increasing website traffic. Just open up a Shopify store, e-commerce business. It's just not enough. You have to drive traffic to these platforms because no one really knows who we are. We haven't built that household name yet. So you're going to have a strategy on how you're going to increase or get visitors to your website. So now your website is set up, your product description is ready, your pictures are ready, you're ready for business. Let me go ahead and send some traffic to my website, right? So some things that you want to start working on is your SEO, search engine optimization. I cannot stress this enough. This is so important. You want to make sure that your website is optimized, okay? Where people are able to find you on Google. They want to search for your product and you want to land on the first page of Google. You need to make sure you know the keywords that you want to rank for your business. Some resources you could actually use SAMrush. SAMrush could help you with keywords for your business. You could plug those into your product description. You could plug those into your product title. Shopify do have a section on their platform under your products. It said edit SEO website, so you can put some keywords there. But you want to really work on SEO for your website, search engine optimization, so you're able to be found on Google and different platforms. So definitely take a look at that, and that would increase your traffic. That would increase your traffic. Another thing you want to work on is blogs. Blogs, or backlinks. Okay. Blogs, Shopify do have a section that says blogs, and you can actually create blogs around your products or services, or even answer questions that are typically asked in your industry. So Google could come and find that content. So when someone search or asks for a question on Google, guess what? Your blogs may pop up. Now, the key to doing these blogs is not just for fun, okay? You're going to actually attach your product links or services inside of these blogs. So when someone is reading a blog that you created, you could put, hey, just check us out here, our website. Hey, the product that we're having a discussion about in this blog, you can actually order it right here. Okay, so that's the key to doing your blogs. You want to do blogs. Shopify has a feature. You can get it done on the same platform. Okay, so you definitely want to take a look at blogs and get onto backlinks, other companies' website. We could attach your website to it so you could drive traffic to your store. Another thing you want to do is add Google Business. Make sure you have your Google Business set up. Make sure you have your Google Console set up, and make sure that your Shopify store is linked to Google. Make sure your Shopify store is linked to Google. Shopify has a section in the back end that says Google, and you could connect to Google the same way you could connect to your Facebook. When you're running ads, you want to make sure you have all your pixel, everything connected in the background. I cannot stress how important that is, and that's something that get overlooked. So you want to make sure you go in and you make sure everything is set up. Another way you could drive traffic to your Shopify store is set up your Instagram shop. You can have literally your products, your website on Instagram where it says shop button. So people are able to click on your product, connect it from Shopify into Instagram, and be able to make purchases. Okay, so you want to make sure you set that up Instagram, Facebook, and I touched on TikTok a little bit earlier, but you want to have those set up because it could definitely drive traffic. Okay, and Pinterest, it is a silent giant, but you want to make sure you have your Pinterest connected to your Shopify store. All you have to literally do is go in, attach Pinterest, and create a Pinterest account, and it will start pinning your products. It will pin your products onto Pinterest so people be able to find you. Another way you can drive traffic, of course, is paid advertisement. You're going to have to figure out which platform you want to do paid advertisement on. Whether you want to do it on Google paid ads, you could do it on TikTok paid ads, you could do it on Facebook paid ads, Instagram paid ads. I mean, you're really going to have to sit down and figure out which one works for you and what's your budget. Now, can you get traffic to your website for free? Absolutely, you can through SEO, the blogs, the Google, the Instagram, and the Facebook. You could definitely drive traffic that way too. But if you don't have time and you want to get traffic fast, yes, paid advertisement is the way to go. Now, another thing you could also think about is getting an influencer, like individual who has a high following, or at least 5 or 10,000 following on different social media platforms, where they could literally advertise your products and drive traffic back to your website. It really works. You just have to figure out what is your budget and can you afford to do it, and pay someone to market your product to their audience. Now their audience is going to become your audience. Okay. Another thing you could do to increase website traffic is do a press release. Press releases work. If you're coming out, your business is brand new, you have new products, new services, definitely put it out there. Put it in a press release. Let everyone know what it is that you're working and what you're coming in. And then make sure you have a link back to your website and to your business or to your services that you want to be released. Press release are really awesome and they works very well. The last thing I'll say to increase website traffic is list your website and directories. List your website on directories. That's definitely going to work too as a backlink for your store. Their audience is going to click on your listing and they could possibly come over to your website. So you want to definitely take a look at that. And the last thing I'll say to increase some traffic is to do podcasts. It's not on the list, but I'm going to add it. Podcast. Network with other individuals that have larger platforms than your platform. And when you're doing a podcast with them, they're going to talk about your business. You could even link your website to their newsletter, their information, things that they're doing, and you'll be able to get some traffic from their podcast. Nicole, do you have any questions about this?
I was going to say podcast, but you added it because I think that's another way, depending on what your specialty is, that you're, whatever your product is. So if you're, let's say you're selling pet supplies, like trying to get on a couple of podcasts where those people focus 100% on pet supplies, that is a good one. So, I don't know what your product is, whether it is a physical product or a digital product, but seeing if you can find those podcasts that are associated with what you do. That, so I just want to say, like everything that you told us, it's just 100% gold. I hats off to you because this is a great list. This is a great starting point for people who want to get going in on Shopify. I want to encourage people, like, don't sleep on Shopify. One of the other things that's going on with Shopify is like over the last, I think it's like the last 12 to 15 months, like Shopify has increased its relationships and integrations with all of the ones that she's mentioned. Like there's news articles about the relationship between Shopify and Walmart and Shopify and Google Shopping and Shopify and TikTok. Because at the end of the day, they are planning to come for Amazon. They are, and they want to get more sellers on their platform. And it is another platform that if you're selling a private label product, if you've got a unique product or service, like this is a great platform because they are going to support you. They have great support. They really do have great support.
Yes.
And they have a great community. I was going to mention that too. A support community where you can ask questions and stuff like that. They also have a great YouTube channel where you can get information about whatever the topic is that you're wanting to get better at when it comes to your Shopify store. So I'm going to let Miss Aneka close it out. Thank you so much. But Aneka, the floor is back to you.
Thank you so much for this. It was great. And everything you said is absolutely right. They're right behind Amazon and they are coming for Amazon. I believe if they continue to go the way they're going, it could happen. It could definitely happen. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I hope this information I provided helped someone. I just wish when I started my business, I had some of these resources. I have Nicole providing these summits to help us. Some of the mistakes and pitfalls that I made in my business, I wish I had someone to hold my hand and say, listen, don't do this, don't do that. It's gonna cost you money. Do it this way, do it that way. So that's why I really teach the things I teach because I want to help the community. I want to help you guys avoid the mistakes and the pitfalls that I've made in my business. Now I do have here where some Shopify affiliate link resources that you can use to help build your business. I do have a Shopify DIY ebook. And what this ebook does is actually help you build out your Shopify store. You do not need to know coding. You do not need to have experience to build a website. In this ebook, it'll literally take you step to step on how to build out your store. Even a 13-year-old could build a Shopify store. That's how easy I made it so you could build your own Shopify store. If you need help setting up your emails, you don't know what to put in your email, I have a DIY email templates. All you have to do is copy and paste the email, edit them, make it your business, make it flow for your clientele. I have a Shopify business courses that you could use. Same thing. If you're a visual learner and you want audio, there's a course to help you build out your store. You could do it. I want to empower you to do this because you can. I have an e-commerce business plan workbook. What this does is take it out of just being a boring business template, right? Business could get boring. So what I created was an e-commerce business workbook. So you're able to write down all the information you need to get your store done in a business plan. What is going to be your mission statement, right? All these things need to be in a book before you start building up your Shopify store. And then lastly, I have a social media template and content planner. So if you need help planning out your content, you're not sure what to put out there, you need help with templates, I already have it done for you. You just got to edit it, put your brand colors in, switch out the content a little bit, and go ahead and promote and excel and make money in your business. I challenge you guys to grab your all access pass. Grab your all access pass from this event so you go back and have the content and listen to it over and over and take notes and actually implement some of the things that we are talking about at this event. And then, of course, reach out to me if you have questions or need help. Contact me. My email is there, info.ecombuilder.com. Just send me an email with your questions. I'll be able to assist you. Nicole, is there any more points you'd like to add?
I just want to say if you guys have not caught Anika on Clubhouse. Check her out. All of her social media information and how you can connect with her and her programs are somewhere on this page. So definitely click on the link if you are wanting her amazing bonus on how to drive traffic. I believe that's what it was. I have don't have the words memorized, but I believe it was related to traffic to your e-commerce store. If you want that for a giveaway for those people who grab the all access pass, then there's a link on this page where you can go ahead and grab that all access pass. Plus, you also have a link again to all of Anika's social media. So I am just grateful that you said yes. I'm glad that you joined us. I hope that you and I can continue to partner together on things because Shopify is a passion project for me as well. And I just think the information you shared today was just pure gold.
Yes, thank you so much for the opportunity and for inviting me. It's really been amazing. You actually stretched me to put all this information, all my knowledge on pen and paper into a presentation. And I hope to see you again. And I'm sure we're going to be doing more events together. This is just a start. Have a really successful Shopify store. You could do it. You could
All
do it. I
right.
challenge you guys.
All right, guys. So this has been another one of your master classes for the Ecom Seller Summit, and we are going to say goodbye for now. Thank you so much, Anika.
Absolutely. Bye.